Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here on my channel. Now as we enter into the week where Forza Motorsport in 2023 will be revealed more fully in-depth gameplay, everything like that on Wednesday the 25th of January, we're just going to go over 5 things that I believe the game should improve upon from its predecessor, Forza Motorsport 7. So there is a new Forza Motorsport game on the horizon, like I said, this week, 25th of January. I think it's 6 p.m. UK time. Go ahead and work that out in Google to your own personal time zone. But this is what I think the entry should work on based on some of the features that were in Forza Motorsport 7. And hopefully they can improve upon some of these. And like with all videos like this, you may not agree, you may agree, that's absolutely fine. You're all entitled to your own opinion. But please let me let me know your comments in the comment section below. Just what you'd like to see improved or implemented in the game that would make it a very good game for you to buy. So racing games have taken new heights over the last couple of decades and have become more mainstream thanks to iconic games like Forza and Need for Speed. Racing games are more serious now. The Forza brand is a force on its own for Xbox users, so much that the logo alone has become that memorable for some people. And over the years, the Forza games have been becoming popular because of how immersive they've got. And it's not just for car enthusiasts, but for fans of racing games as well, which has allowed the series to be successful. Although Forza has its ups and downs, definitely, it has been consistent. So, Motorsport 7 being the latest linear release, it faced issues and became overshadowed by the open world spin off, obviously Horizon. This left many players wondering if the series would return to its similar roots. Thankfully, during the Summer Game Fest, a new Forza Motorsport entry was announced, which celebrates the origins of the Forza franchise. Hoping to avoid some of the mistakes of Motorsport 7, these top 5 lists should give you kind of make you think that the 8th entry will be good. Obviously, if you weren't aware already, it's not called Forza Motorsport 8, it's just called Forza Motorsport, a complete reboot of the series, hopefully going back to its roots and what made the series great. So firstly, I'd like to see some track diversity. Now, Forza Motorsport has always been about putting players on challenging tracks that test the control and speed. And it was something that separated the Forza games from other games in the same genre, such as Gran Turismo. However, in Motorsport 7, the track selection was rather limited. Even after the player did the campaign, many players were left with a bad taste in their mouth because of that, and assuming that more tracks would come in the future DLCs, but didn't. One of the main reasons why Horizon 5 is a success at the moment is because of how diverse it is when it comes to the tracks. So even though the Horizon entries are open world and set in one location, they did offer a lot to players in regards to tracks. And each with different characteristics, being windy, straight, and everything in between. One of the main things that Forza Motorsport should do is to give players more diverse tracks and increase the number of them. Different types of track like rallycross, etc. With many cars, players can learn to race in distinct ways which can help them win. As for unlocking cars, now as mentioned before, Motorsport 7 had a lot of issues, and one of them was how the players unlocked the cars. In the older Motorsport games, the aspect was more balanced because players would get better cars just by unlocking them. On top of that, it would be more spaced out and players felt like it was more rewarding. This aspect made Forza Motorsport 6 a better racing game than the 7th entry because players wouldn't unlock new cars after almost every race and would make them earn more. It gave players more of a reason to try harder, race more aggressively, just because the rewards were placed better. And for Motorsport 7, this became an issue because if players would win more races, they would unlock significantly better cars more often. This would make things less entertaining for players, and for the next Forza Motorsport game, players should be able to unlock cars every so often and not give players superior cars so early. Optimization in the Forza series in general has been some good looking games to date, but from a technical perspective they have suffered. This issue has plagued more than one Motorsport title, but on the 7th release it was a bit more noticeable. Some complaints towards Forza Motorsport 7 was the state of the game when it launched. From bad loading times to dropping frames, everything about the racing game at launch still had issues. Although years later it's a different story, the damage is still done. And even running on a powerful Xbox One, the issues were still causing problems. Forza Motorsport 7, like other Forza games, works online too. The issue with that is the game did not operate well online at all times either. Players would complain that they would disconnect from races often, others would get game-breaking bugs, so if the new Forza wants to avoid these issues, making sure that the game runs on the new hardware of the Series X is important. These issues are almost entirely gone in the Horizon line, but players can hope that optimization won't be an issue anymore. Post-launch support is important for sports games and racing games in general, because in that world things change often. For Forza Motorsport, it's a very much the same case because it helps when developers balance out the post-launch support as well. The issue with Motorsport 7 is that two extremes. There's either not enough DLC or too much. This can make players put down the game because cars that they want for so long can be behind either a paywall or there's just nothing new in several months. There's nothing in between. Even though Motorsport 7 would boast over 500 cars in their car list, the game would often reward players with them, which causes players to go through all the cars very quickly, leaving very little to earn. Horizon thankfully solved the issue on its end by releasing 2 or 3 cars for each update, which gives players the chance to come back more often. And if Motorsport borrows this element from the open world, players would be more active and always earning cars because of the ongoing support. The final one, just a little bit here, guys. Quite the most important for some people I've seen in the comment section recently. It's peripherals. So the compatibility and playing racing games with a mouse, keyboard, or controller is doable and makes the game easy. But playing with a steering wheel makes it immersive. The Forza games are great for this aspect because having a racing wheel allows players to race differently and feel more connected to the game. Forza Motorsport 7 suffers issues in this department as well, with many players complaining their steering wheels often don't work. Although it's not isolated to the 7th entry of the racing series, the older games did do a better job of patching it up post-launch. Whilst not as important as the other things featured in the list, for some people however, more and more players are using these wheels and other accessories to play. For many reasons, like immersion as mentioned before, and a racing wheel can make players a lot better at driving. If Motorsport wants to be the premier racer, then making these peripherals work at launch and an extended list will make the game more fun and more challenging. Forza Motorsport, guys, will be available this year in 2023. It says it was going to come in spring, so in the coming months we will be looking forward to a release and playing this game for the first time. Again, if you are new around here, guys, and you like what I'm doing, please smash that like button as hard as you can and subscribe so you never miss any future Forza Motorsport information here on the channel. And of course, we will be going over everything that is covered in the Wednesday showcase from Xbox. Again, guys, that is it from me in today's video. Let me know down in the comments below what you think and how you can improve on this list, what you'd like added, and if you'd like to add anything onto what I've previously said. So I'd like to thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.